Good afternoon, everyone. Time to wrap it up this August the 18th, 2015. Our assessment this morning was we wanted to sell 99s to 01. We saw resistance 2100, 2105. We were hoping to buy 85s, 87s, but we said we might have to pay 90, 92s to get into the market. So we've had another very lackluster trading day. Totally controlled by exchange members, those that make their living fleecing the lamb's pockets. So the charts, the trades that work the best, again, we've got to slow this down. We've got to trade it like we do the notes and the bonds. We've got to buy against pivot highs, pivot lows, and sell against pivot highs. So the trades that worked were blue on blue, red on red trades, and anything in this middle area. It wasn't productive. So you're buying value area lows, you're selling value area highs, you're letting the market come to you. These are 2 to 3 hour moves. And then you take the trades. Your stops are above pivot highs, below pivot lows. And you let the trade develop. We can't come in and hit it for a quick 2 to 3 points 10, 15 times a day. It's just not there. It's not in the market. So we need to stop kidding ourselves. Our overall assessments on the markets have just been spot on. The trading intraday, especially in this just right above or below the mean green line, has really not been productive at all. It's cost us money. So you got to go for trade location. You've got to let the market come to you. You can't trade it as we have up until this summer. Markets change. It's a fact of life. You've got to adjust. You got to roll with the times. It doesn't work uniformly across the board. Okay, we're in a trading range on the F1 screen. While this market does have a higher low and a higher high, I believe the trading range rules. And the easiest trade once again to see is failure to take out this 2100. We came in this morning saying the easiest trade to see was failure to take out and hold 2100. I don't think that has changed. On the buy side, this 70 to 75 area looks where the buy is, and this is where the sell is. So right now, while we can trade from the long side, I think once again the easiest trade to see is failure to take out 2100. Looking at the F2 screen, definitely dealing with the B, but we've seen weaker Bs. You can see that we've got volume above time, and all it takes is one tick. So it's going to be fairly easy for this market to snap back. Volume most recent in the market's memories down here in this 80 area, and over the top are 97, 98. So we've been sellers above 97, 98, and we're buyers in the low 80s as it stands right now. And we'll see how that plays out. There is news tomorrow. Consumer price index plus 0.2, core plus 0.2. These numbers have come in sometimes significantly higher than the forecast. They can cause the market to move. The big news tomorrow will be FOMC minutes, where people will try to define how quick the Fed's going to be to raise interest rates. Most people that are rational, that look at stuff and look at how tight the rope is the Fed is walking, say there's no way in hell they can raise interest rates. The argument I've heard that might give you some plausibility as to why they can raise interest rates is everybody else in the world is deep into QE programs, talking about doing more. Maybe the Fed raises interest rates a couple of times so they can reload their QE deck. Isn't it amazing how, the definition of insanity is you keep doing something that doesn't work, that's known not to work over and over again. And everybody's caught up on the same thing. The one thing that is different today is that every central bank in the world is playing the same game. And that allows them to continue playing the same game. If anybody breaks ranks, the game is over. But everyone's economy is desperate And the Chinese economy, we've talked about it for years, how the Chinese economy wasn't what it seemed to be, and how at some point the lack of transparency in cookbooks will catch up with them, and I think that day has come. So I like the short side as long as we stay below 2100. We get down close to that 2075, 2080 area. The long side becomes attractive, and I think we have to just let the market come to us and be content to trade other markets in the meantime. There are easier markets to trade that are offering us more volatility, and crude and gold actually worked well today. Okay, looking at we've got a couple of distributions here, maybe, and if we put it all together into one, it would be pretty square. So we have a higher high and a lower low than we had yesterday. That suggests trading range. And with the FOMC minutes tomorrow, my guess is that's probably what we'll see. What the nice thing about the treasuries or in gold and the euro is that they actually do trade fundamentals, and you can make calls like that. When you talk about what will the E-mini do, my guess is it'll be in a trading range also because of the FOMC minutes, but you can't say that with as much confidence as you can on treasuries, gold, the euro. Crude oil, you can't say anything with confidence. Cut below the E-mini in that case. Okay, looking at this market, we've got a buyer 4 to 8, maybe as high as 12, but definitely 4 to 8, and we've got a seller 24 to 28, and that's where we are right now. So with the FOMC minutes, I don't think we can break it. We are a B, we are pointed lower, volume is below time. The knob spread, see what that looks like. And hopefully y'all like that, the knob spread. Peter's done a lot of work, and I think it's where the big money is, and you can see right there that it's headed lower. So the knob spread says we should go lower. So let's put our buy at 5 to 9. Don't think the market will break. Put a question mark at 13. And if the E-mini selling accelerates this afternoon, we'll have to pay more than 29 to 01 for buy 2. On the sell side, we've got resistance 16 to 20. We're currently at 13, so selling failure to take out 16 to 20. And again, we'll have to pay attention to the E-mini, then 23 to 27 for sell 2. I think that'll do it for the note. Now, I showed you the knob spread, which is a line, and if you're coming from a technical study, you have developed an affinity for lines. But what is the profile telling us right now? And it's definitely a B, and you're looking for places to sell it. So we have the same type of information. We're just, what are you more able to read? What feels more comfortable? And like I said, the information is the same. Again, you have to find whatever it is that you can recognize and are willing to trade upon. Move out of the middle. Could have guessed that. Market comes to balance at 06 and it breaks. So we've rejected prices below 20 before, and we have this breakout that came in Asia out of the 115 area. So low volume number at 12, 13. That's pretty close. So let's make 9 to 13 buy 1. And we'll make 29 to 01 buy 2. On the sell side, we're going to sell 24, 28. And then we're going to sell 3 to 7. Okay, looking at gold. It's just hard for me to see anybody dumping their gold. In fact, at my lunch meeting today, one of the fellows is out, pulled out a wad full of silver dollars, and he said the only reason he'd been able to buy them, somebody had come in selling them just as he happened to be walking the store, and he said he let the other fellows sell it all that he was going to sell, and he bought every one of them. And the premium was $4.50 per coin. We have this premium of coins to bullion pushing 20%, and for fabrication and getting it in coin form, and that's high as it's been. People are not getting rid of gold and silver. They're using these price breaks to accumulate more. And this is a fellow that has one of those jobs that most people dream about for a major corporation. Lots of responsibility, lots of compensation, and when he gets spare money with all the 401ks and pension and salary, what does he do? He goes out and he buys silver. I think that's the mindset that we're dealing with. So I think people will continue to buy into weakness. So we got pretty good support, 5 to 10, and we got pretty damn good resistance, 20 to 25. And so we'll plan on that range. This market says we ought to be able to buy it a little cheaper tomorrow. Not this market, but that take. And we'll see. So 10 to 12 worked out fine for us today. We'll go 10 to 12 once again. Then 5 to 7. 19 to 21, sell 1. And then 24, 26, sell 2. These sellers have been central banks, and they come in and they knock the daylights out of the market, and they turn around and they buy cash. You and I would go to jail for that. But I think the blinders are coming off just in every category, just around the globe, about how unlawful governments are, and how they're only in it to keep those that are in power now in power. Nothing else counts. They'll take a country down to stay in power, and I mean, it's not just dictators that'll do that. Look at the bureaucrats in Brussels. Look at the bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. Human nature. We operate and do what's in our own interest, and if we have the power to do it, we can fight harder to protect it. And you find the bureaucrats in government, there's no conspiracy or no plan. You got 3 million people in the United States that wake up every day trying to figure out how to increase their power and protect their turf. Okay, higher low, higher high in crude. Expiration is Thursday. Like we said, a short covering rally is probably, short squeeze is what we're dealing with because the market has sold so heavily. So 43.50 looks like pretty good resistance, and 42 even looks like pretty good support as it stands right now. Higher low, higher high, the market can trade higher tomorrow. So we've rejected prices above 43. We're currently at 42.85, so the first sell is 43, 43 and a quarter. And 43.50, 43.75. On the buy side, 42, 42 and a quarter. And 41.50, 41.75. And when expiration is over, contract expiration, I think the selling will resume. Okay, the euro. European Central Bank would certainly like to see it lower. They've just gone through a reevaluation because of the Chinese yuan devaluation, and there's probably more to come. When the yuan is officially devalued by China, this market rallies as the adjustment is made, as the carry trade between the euro dollar and the yuan is unwound, but we got a lower high and a lower low, and it favors sellers. And this is what the day session looks like. Definitely be looking for a place to sell it. The low volume numbers at 110 even. We're at 33, so we'll put buy 1, 110 even plus or minus, buy 2, 975, maybe a little lower, maybe 960. On the sell side, 1050 plus or minus, and then 1075. And that's it for August the 18th, 2015. I will see you bright and early in the AM. We're forecasting a high for us tomorrow at 75 as the front comes through. So we are definitely getting a tinge of fall in the air. Y'all have a great evening. I'll see you in the morning.